This video is brought to you by my two books, Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist and The Blues Guitar Bible. Want to learn about modes, harmony, scales, chord substitution and keys? Or maybe you're interested in supercharging your blues guitar rhythm and lead chops. Whatever you're interested in, I guarantee you will be hitting the fast lane to progress with either of these works. Both feature video demonstrations and tutorials, loads of tabs and jam tracks to play along with, and I promise you, everything is explained in crystal clear plain English. Check out the links in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. It's another little video about the ongoing process of me putting together a new album. I did a series of like songwriting tips kind of videos, chord sequences, all about kind of the mechanics of that sort of thing and putting riffs together and so on. And I just thought, well, let's put all of this into practice and make put an album together. It's been about 8 years since I've done an album, and all of the relevant videos that relate to this and the whole songwriting thing, I'm going to link to those in the description, so you can go and check those out if you are curious about any particular aspect of it. But the track I was going to do today, it's sort of grown out of the Sunday videos that I tend to do, which are, guitar demonstrations. A couple of minutes just to kind of cover all of the usual types of tone that the guitar can like a clean tone, a dirty tone, a high gain tone, that sort of thing. And that is sort of like a template that I've often worked from, and I just thought I'd expand that a little bit. And this is basically, what I came up with. So I'm going to need some sort of riff, 8-bar riff to play, to serve as an intro basically, and I'll often kind of use that as a chorus as well. That will probably be just the guitar by itself, and then the band's going to come in and there'll be a bit of a solo over the top of that. Then we go to a verse melody of some kind, and this is sort of the Layla fan in me coming out a little bit. I like that big key change from, like, Layla is in D minor to begin with and then goes into C sharp minor for the verse. Big dramatic key change. And I just thought, well, normally if you're in A minor, it's not a big deal to go to C major. That's just the relative major key. But what if we flip that around, go from A major into C minor? Can I make that work? Well, we'll find out as we go through, because like the riff that I came up with for the intro section is in A major, so I thought, let's see if I can make it work going to C minor. That'll make a nice sort of dramatic change. Then, verse with a chord sequence and a melody, and then do it again, but maybe the melody an octave higher. Then into a chorus, some sort of melody played over the top of the initial riff that we kicked off with. Then back to a verse again, just restate the melody, but this time maybe harmonise it, just to kind of make it sound a little bit fuller, and just a variation on what we've already heard. After that verse, into another chorus, which will just be some kind of variation on the melody that was played over the previous chorus. After that, we're going to go to, I've got two sections there, I didn't mean that, but you can see what's coming up. Another chorus, but with a little bit more of an improvised solo, and then that's going to take us into the bridge section, where there'll be some kind of change of pace, maybe go to a half-time feel, maybe a different drum feel or something like that. After that, we're going to come back to a quiet version of the verse, because the momentum of the song, the dynamics has been building up to this point. So I'm going to drop it off a cliff and go to like a quieter section of the tune, just to add a little bit of dynamic interest. Then back into the chorus again. I've harmonised the verse melody before, but I haven't harmonised the chorus melody, so it seems an opportune place to do that. And then another chorus, this time with a melody still bubbling away underneath, but some kind of improvised solo over the top of it. And then to round things off, going back to the intro riff again as an outro, as an ending. Basically, it makes the thing feel like it's come full circle. So if you look at that little kind of shopping list there, you can see, and I do apologise for the typo on the word octave there on the second verse. Yes, but there you go. I've got basically a riff to come up with. I've got a verse chord sequence to come up with. Couple of melodies to do for the verse and the chorus. Some kind of change of pace for the bridge section, and then, you know, that's all of the sort of basic building blocks done. You know, anything else that needs to be harmonised or, you know, kind of messed around with, or a few liberties taken, then I can do that on the fly. So let's have a little bit of a look at the initial riff, the engine room of the tune. You're just going to hear the camera audio for this part here, and then we'll hear the full sort of produced version of it later. This is the riff that I ended up coming up with. And then a chord sequence, as I say, going from that A major riff to a C minor chord sequence. I ended up settling for this. And that needs a melody, a basic melody over the top. This is what suggested itself. All I'm doing here is just thinking around joining up relevant notes from each underlying chord. Just, and you know, a melody like that can be, you know, it'll either come first time or you'll kind of mess around with it for ages. Luckily, this was first time. Just basic chord notes over the relevant chords. Sounded like this. And then a little bit of a chorus melody, you know, something that riff has something of a kind of bluesy swagger to it. So, you know, I thought, you know, let's do something a little bit where we're kind of weaving in and out of the minor and major pentatonic, just to give it that sort of, in my head here, I was thinking early 70s blues rock bands like The Faces, that kind of thing, maybe a little bit of... can't remember the name now. It'll come to me. But that sort of early 70s blues rock kind of thing. And this was the melody that I ended up settling on. Then for the bridge section, you know, a little bit of a change of pace. I put a different drum pattern in here and thought, you know, it's got quite a sort of kind of choppy kind of rhythmic to it. So I want something that's going to kind of sit on top of that in a bit more of a slippery kind of fluid way. So, well, it's time under those circumstances to, I think, grab one of these and play a little bit of slide. And this is what I played. First take, this one. So that's all of the elements of the tune, you know, kind of mapped out. Let's just have another little look at them here. There we go. Riff, melody, chorus melody, bridge section, etc., etc. That is, you know, what I ended up coming up with. And you kind of screw it all together and, you know, kind of cover the joins and paper over the cracks a little bit, no doubt. It ended up sounding like this. So there it is. That is the tune entitled Bull's Pizzle. Make of it what you will. It's the second tune I've recorded for this album. There is, as always, or will be by the time this video goes out, a full tab in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats for that whole thing there, along with like that clip of me playing it and a backing track to play along with. All of that is, as usual, up on my Patreon page. There's the address, link in the description. As I'm sure you know by now, it's $3 or about £3 a month, and you get access to all of these additional goodies and resources that go along with these YouTube videos. And of course, a massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that, or any of the other ways, all of which are downstairs in the description. And that's it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little glimpse behind the veil of how I put something together. Hope you enjoyed the bit of music as well, and you know, if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not drop me a link as well while you're at it. And don't forget the live stream every Friday 5 PM UK time, where we drink beer and talk about stuff. Basically, it's just beer and chat at the start of a weekend. It's a great way to kick off a weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.